Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tata Jayamudiraye Sunatam Swakadaha Krishnaha Punya Savana Kirtanaha Uriyantasto Iha Bhadrani Vidinoti Sursatam Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatittama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Today I'm going to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 7, verse 19 and 20. Verse 19. Tada svaprabhaya tesam jyotayantya disodasa musnam tejam upanitas tarksyena stotra vajina. Synonyms. Tada, at that time, svaprabhaya, his own effulgence, tesham, all of them, jyotantya, by brightness, disha, directions, dasha, 10, musnan, diminishing, tejaha, effulgence, upanitaha, brought, tarksena, by Garuda, stotra vajana, whose wings are called Brahat and Ratnatara. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. A translation. Lord Narayana was seated on the shoulder of Stotra or Garuda, who had big wings. As soon as the Lord appeared, all directions were illuminated, diminishing the luster of Brahma and others present. Purport. A description of Narayana is given in the following two slokas. Verse 20. Shyamo hiranyorasano rakakrita justo Nilakala Brahmara Mandita Kundalashaya Shankabja Chakra Sara Chapa Gadasi Charma Vyagrir Hiranmaya Ujair Iva Karnikaraha. Synonyms. Shamaha, blackish, Rasnaha, a garment like gold, Arkakrita Justaha, with a helmet as dazzling as the sun, Neela Alaka, bluish curls, Brahmara, big black beast, Manida Kundala Shayaha, having a face decorated with earrings, Shanka, conch shell, Abja, lotus flower, Chakra, wheel, Shara, arrows, Chapa, bow, Gada, club, Asi, sword, Dharma, shield, Vagraihi, filled with Hiranmaya, golden bracelets and bangles, Ujaihi with hands, Eva and Karnikaraha, a flower tree. Translation. His complexion was blackish, his garment yellow like gold, and his helmet ash dazzling as the sun. His hair was bluish, the color of black bees, and his face was decorated with earrings. His 8 hands held a conch shell, wheel, club, lotus flower, arrow, bow, shield, and sword, and they were decorated with golden ornaments such as bangles and bracelets. His whole body resembled a blossoming tree, beautifully decorated with various kinds of flowers. Purport. The face of Lord Vishnu, as described in this verse, appears like a lotus flower with bees humming over it. All of the ornaments on the body of Lord Vishnu resemble molten gold of the reddish gold color of the morning sunrise. Lord appears just as the morning sun rises to protect the whole universal creation. His arms display different weapons, and his 8 hands are compared to the 8 petals of lotus flower. All the weapons mentioned are the protection of his devotees. Generally, in the 4 hands of Vishnu, there are a wheel, club, conch, and lotus flower. These 4 symbols are seen in the 4 hands of Vishnu in different arrangements. The club and the wheel are the Lord's symbols of punishment, but the demons and the miscreants and the lotus flower and conch shell are used to bless the devotees. There are always two classes of men, the devotees and the demons. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 4.8, Paritranaya Sadhunam. The Lord is always ready for the protection of the devotees and annihilation of the demons. There are demons and devotees in this material world, but in spiritual world there is no distinction. In other words, Lord Vishnu is the proprietor of both the material and spiritual worlds, in both the material and spiritual worlds. In the material world, almost everyone is of the demonic nature, but there are also devotees who appear to be in the material world, although they are always situated in the spiritual world. A devotee's position is transcendental. Sorry, a devotee's position is always transcendental, and he is always protected by Lord Vishnu. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Brunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I would like to seek I would like to seek blessing from all the assembled Vaishnavas, and also thank you for giving me an opportunity to purify myself. Please forgive me for any shortcoming or adding my own interpretation. Uh, I have gathered purport from a few of the Maharajas from ISKCON, and also from again some references from Bhagavatam. As we saw in verse 18, as soon as uh, and this is how it's going on. As a great sage Maitreya said to Vidura, as soon as King Daksha offered the clarified butter with Yajurveda mantras in his sanctified meditation, Lord Vishnu appeared there in his original form as Narayana, which means Lord was waiting for the right time to come and bless Daksha, and he was viewing the entire yagna from his place. And there's one more thing, if we see here, is again the description of Lord Vishnu is again mentioned in the Canto 6 of chapter 4 briefly, where again King Daksha has been referenced on the topic of the Hamsa Guhya prayers offered to the Lord by Prajapati Daksha. Just to give a brief a summary, to satisfy Prachetas, King Soma gave them a beautiful girl born of Pramlocha Apsara, and by the seven of all Prachetas, Daksha was born of that girl. Again, we see here that Daksha went to Vindhya mountain as he was dissatisfied that population was not increasing properly, and prayed to Lord Vishnu. And he prayed with a particular prayer known as Hamsa Guhya. After hearing the whole prayer, and also after hearing from Daksha Prajapati, Lord Vishnu was very much satisfied and appeared in front of Daksha, again with 8 arms, as we just heard in verse 20. The Lord was dressed in yellow garments and also had blackish complexion. The following is narration about His Holiness Sridhar Swamiji, who gave an explanation about Lord Brahman Garuda during one of his discourses in London. Swamiji says that during his international travels, he visited Thailand. And in Thailand, one thing that we notice there are a few interesting facts. On each and every temple or a building, sorry, each and every building in Bangkok, we see a temple. In the temple, we see a four-headed god, which in India we call Lord Brahma. And in Thailand, he's called as Prafrom, which is the Thai representation of Hindu creation of God Brahma. Now, it's just not only in Bangkok, but in everywhere across Thailand, in every city within the Thailand country. Now, what we also see is we also see Garuda and temples of Garuda in Bangkok. We also know that the official airlines of Indonesia is the name as Garuda. Now, Swamiji continues to say that it is being informed that these are Buddhists and they are devotees of Radha and Sham Sundar. Now, if you see the word Sham here, and if we relate to the country Thailand, Thailand was also called as Siam, Siama, Shyam, Siam, which is again in Sanskrit Lord Krishna. And as we see here, when Lord Vishnu appears on the Garuda, all sides were illuminated, and it's true. Now, we also need to understand that Garuda is another concept of Krishna, who is self-effulgent, and certainly they are self-effulgent again by their association of Lord Krishna. Here, even Garuda is again self-effulgent. Now, Garuda, Lord Vishnu appearance again was mentioned in verse 19 again and 20. Bhagavan, Lord Krishna is the basis of Brahma Jyoti. Jyoti means light. That's how we see the illumination whenever when the Lord came onto earth. Something interesting that touched me is Swamiji compared the beauty of Lord Vishnu to that of a delicious fruit which is very famous in Brazil. Again, devotees, please pardon me if I add my own interpretation, but I just try to take the purport at least after reading 4 or 5 times. So coming back, Swamiji compares the beauty of Lord Vishnu to that of a very, very delicious fruit available in Brazil. Now we know in Brazil is the very biggest country in South America, and this fruit, which is specifically available in Brazil, is also available in New York, which is very, very delicious and taste. Lord Vishnu beauty is as fresh as blossoming as lotus flower, which is very intoxicant than all the flowers what we see like jasmine and other flowers on the planet Earth. We also see a spectacular sunrise, which is in golden brown color. And this happens only in Brazil because the equator passes at Brazil. That's why we see that kind of a sunlight entire day, and we see when the sun comes up and goes down. And the beauty is so much that it's as heavily trafficked as in UK from when you go from one end to other end. So that's how the beauty is. We can't express in the words. Now, even an atheist whose mind is infused with confusion, even he gets delighted after seeing Himalayas, whose beauty again we cannot explain during the sunrise. And Swamiji himself experienced when he went to Himalayas in his late 20s. However, the shining anything what we see is that ornaments of Lord Vishnu are so beauty and are compared with the above characteristics, and that too when the sunrays fall on the earth. How dazzling reddish brown we see, that's how the beauty of Lord Vishnu. To a layman, okay. We also see definitely a beauty of Lord Vishnu. However, we also know that Lord Krishna, who never leaves Vrindavan. Now, this is how it is compared from a layman's perspective. To a layman's perspective, when in office any work is being performed by Lord Vishnu, sorry, Lord Vishnu is compared as when in office any work needs to be performed. Now, when at home with the family, he is Lord Krishna, where he shares his love. Now, Lord Vishnu is in every form, in every god, he is a Guna avatar. We see Lord Shiva is also an incarnation of Lord Krishna. While we also know that Lord Vishnu is the mode of goodness, one may not realize, and we can only experience Lord Vishnu. Hearing from a person might be less effective, but experiencing of Lord Vishnu is really great. It's like creating something comparatively is very easy, but maintaining it is very, very tedious, and it requires a lot of things, patience, maintenance, and everything. So here, basically, Swamiji says the way the Lord Vishnu has been described when he came to visit Daksha after he has put butter in with the Yajurvedas. So that is how the Swamiji is trying to compare. Now, for whatever we compare, the moment we see him, that is the ultimate form, and 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 the people who are in the arena are blessed. Now, one word that we see here is paritranaya sadhunam. It is referred in Bhagavad Gita 4.8. Now, we also see this particular two words again in Vishnu Sahasranamam. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya duskrutam. With this, I would like to conclude my session today. Thank you all for giving me an opportunity, and please pardon me if I add my own interpretation.